Hello students. So students, in the previous class, in the chapter that is body movement, we were talking about the different types of our bones. What are the different types of our bones, students? We discussed. So you see, human skeleton is there, which is what? It is a bony framework. The different bones, they join together to form the human skeleton. And if we talk about the individual bones, students, so it started with the skull, then that of the backbone is there, then shoulder bones are there, students, then arms are there, then ribs are there, breastbone is there. If you go to the lower portion, so hip bone is there, and from the hip bone, legs are present, leg bones are there. So we discussed that the skull is consisting of two eye sockets, okay, and upper jaw is there and lower jaw is there in case of a skull. If we talk in case of a backbone, so backbone help in providing the strength and flexibility to our body. It makes our body to sit properly, it makes our body to walk properly or to stand properly. If we talk about the shoulder bone, so the shoulder bone is divided into two. One is the collar bone, another one is the shoulder blade. Okay, so collar bone is there and shoulder blade is there. And then you see, student, our arms are there. So arms is also divided into three. Upper arm is there, lower arm is there, and hand is there. Upper arm started from your shoulder to that of the elbow. That is the upper arm. And the bone which is present in the upper arm is the single bone, and that is known as humerus. Okay, we have also seen that the humerus is what? It is the single bone which is present in our arms, the upper arm. If we talk in case of a lower arm, so it is started from the elbow to that of the wrist. And this basically consisting of, so lower arm is consisting of a two bone, student, and that is known as radius and ulna. These are the two bones which is present in that of the lower part or the lower arm, students. Now, if we see the other one, so that is our hand, and our hand started from the wrist to that of the fingers, and the division of the hand is the wrist is there, palm is there, and our fingers are there. And these all consisting of a various types of bones, they join together. Okay, so this is basically about that of the arm. We can say that the type of bones present in the arm. Now we move further, students, and you see that there is the ribs also. The chest bone is there, which is known as a ribs. Now, since this rib is started from that of your backbone and into the breastbone, so it forms a cage-like a structure that is known as a rib cage. And a bone is also there that is known as a breastbone. When you move to the lower portion, lower part of the body, you will find a bone is there that is known as the hip bone. And through the hip bone, your leg bones are attached. Now, legs are also consisting of a three parts like we have seen in case of an arm. So, legs, students, upper leg is there. That upper leg started from from your hip to that of the knee. Then the lower leg is there. That started from your from knee to that of the ankle, and from the ankle, foot is there. So, the bone which is present in case of the upper part of the leg or upper leg, that is known as a femur. And femur, or we can say thigh bone. Now, this bone is considered to be the longest bone in the human body. In case of a lower leg, students, there again two type of bones are there, and that is known as tibia and fibula. Okay, so we have seen in the lower arm also and the lower leg also two bones are there, and then foot is there. So this foot is divided again into ankle, then the middle part of foot, and finally toes. Okay, so this is the different types of bones present in the human body. Now, they all constitute together our skeleton, that is known as the human skeleton. So, they combine together, they join together by different joints and finally form a human skeleton. Okay, so we can write now the function of a skeleton. Function of skeleton. Function of skeleton. Now let us see the different function of skeleton. So first of all, since all the bones are joined together, students, so ultimately it gives us shape. So we can say the skeleton, it provides the shape. The kind of a bones attached with each other, ultimately it will provide a different shape to an individual. So we can say it helps in holding the body together. Okay, because our arms are attached to the shoulder is attached to the backbone also attached to the rib cage. Now this backbone is attached with the hip bone attached with the legs. So ultimately they help in holding the body, as well as they also help in providing the shape to an individual. So this is the first function. First function is skeleton hold the whole body. It helps in holding the whole body together and give it shape. Okay, by giving it shape. Now this is the first function, students, that you have understood, that it help in providing the providing the shape to an individual, as well as it help in holding the different bones together. The second thing, you see, in the rib cage, what is present? Which organ is present? You will say heart is there and lungs is there. Yes, in the chest area, your lungs are there and your heart is there. If you see in case of a skull, so skull consisting of a very delicate organ, that is the brain. So the internal organs is protected by the bones, by this human skeleton. So it not only help in holding, but it also work in protecting. As a student, if something, if your head got injured, it is the skull which used to protect the brain. Otherwise, what will happen? Ultimately, the person will goes to coma or paralysis or any kind of other mental disturbance can occur. Okay, so it help in preventing injury to the brain. It help in preventing injury to the lungs, to the heart. So it help in protecting the internal organ from any kind of a mechanical injury. Okay, so we can write it. Skeleton protects the many delicate internal organs. It helps in protecting many delicate internal organs of the body. Okay, from which? From outside damage. So it helps in protecting the internal organ from outside damage. So that is also a function of a skeleton. Next one, it helps in joining the muscles. You see, our body, if you see a person, you will see that not the skeleton, not the bones, but over the bones, muscles are there. So it also helps in joining the muscles to that of the bones. Okay, so we can write it. So it provides numerous points for the muscles to join to the bones. Skeleton provides numerous points for the muscles to attach. For the muscles attachment in the body. Okay, so it provided numerous points from which for the attachment of the muscles of the body. And this is the third function of the skeleton. Now, you see students that the muscles, when you are moving, it is your body which used to move. So, for locomotion purpose, for movement, if you are moving, you can move your hand because there is a joint and the muscles and the bones all together, it helps in the movement. So, we can say that not only the attachment, but it also helps in the locomotion and the movement of a different body part along with that of the muscles. Okay, so we can write it. Skeleton along with the muscles it helps in locomotion and movement. Locomotion and movement in the body. Okay, so along with the muscles, it is attached with the muscles, and along with the muscles, it helps in the movement in the body. This is the function of the skeleton, student. Let me remind you the first function, that it helps in hold the body together, as well as it provides shape to the body. Okay, our different shape is because of the skeleton only. Then the second thing, students, that it gives different points for the attachment of the muscles, and along with the muscles and that of the bones, they help in the locomotion, they help in changing the place as well as the movement of the body. And the very important thing, that these skeleton help in protecting the delicate organ, very soft organ which is present inside our body. So very important, very delicate organs. It is protected by the bones, by the human skeleton. Now we have seen, student, that in case of a skeleton, we see that it is divided into skull, it is divided into backbone, then rib cage is there, then arm is there, then legs is there. So we have understood all of them in a very short way, in a very, so the summary you can say. But now what we will do, we will try to understand the different parts in detail. Okay, so let us see, and let us start with that of the first part, the upper part, which help in protecting the brain. This is very hard part, you can say, students. That is skull. 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 What is the skull? If somebody asks you that what do you understand by the skull, you will say that it is a bone. Which bone? The bone which constitute our head. The bone which is present at the upper part, at the head portion. And the bone which covers the brain, which help in protecting the brain of the body. That is known as skull. Okay. So, we can write it. Skull is what? The first point in the skull is bony part of our head. Bony part of our head is called as skull. Bony part, student, it means that part of the head which is made up of bones, that is known as a skull. You can see here, students, our head is covered with a bone. Our brain is covered with a bone, and that bony part is known as a skull. If you talk about the skull, student, basically it is made up of 22 bony pallets. So 22 bony pallets, they join together to form the skull. Okay. So the skull is made up of 22 bony pallet joined together so we can say that 22 bony pallet, they join together to form the skull. The third thing that we can write, student, that our brain is present inside to that of the skull. Okay, it is protected by that of the skull. So, our brain is inside the skull. The skull in its upper part. Now you see, the brain is what? It is a very delicate organ, okay, and it can be damaged by any kind of an injury, okay. So the brain is a very delicate organ. It is a very delicate organ which can be damaged easily if it is not covered by a hard protective surface. By a hard covering. So, the bone of the skull form a strong case around the brain, and thus we can say the skull is what? It protects the brain. So, the bones of skull forms a strong case around the brain and thus we can say that skull protects our brain. Skull protects brain. Okay. So this is the skull which is present at the upper part. What about at the lower part, students? You see the lower part, it consisting of our face. Okay. Now face is having all the different type of a sense organ. You see whether it is the tongue, that will be included in the sense organ, it is a nose or our ears or our eyes. So our face consisting of all the different types of a sense organs. And if you look at the eyes, so in the skull, there are two large cavities that is known as the eye sockets are present. Okay, so we can write it. That is lower part of the skull. This is the upper part. So the lower part of the skull is the face. Okay, and face has sense organ. Face are having sense organs including ears, nose, eyes, ears, nose, eyes. Okay, eyes are present in the two large cavity or the two cavities, small cavity, it is not a large one, but two cavities in the skull called eye socket. Eye socket. Okay, so two cavities are present in the skull, that is known as eye socket. So this is all about the skull, student. The first thing that we have seen in the skull, so the upper part of the skull, it helps in covering a very delicate organ, that is brain. You know that the brain used to control our body. It is the brain which used to regulate each and everything. So we can say the master of our body is the brain only. It helps in controlling everything, when the hormones will be released, how the organs will work, everything will be operated by that of the brain. So that's why it is a very delicate organ, it's very a soft organ. So that should be protected. And it is protected by the upper part of the skull. Okay, and that's why you can say skull protects the brain. If we look at the lower part of the skull, so the lower part of the skull consisting of our face, and our face is full with that of the sense organ. It means nose is there, ear is there, tongue, that is for taste, and eyes are also there. So all the sense organs are present in our face. Now, eyes are basically present in the skull because in the skull there are two cavities are present, that is known as the eye socket, and eyes are present in the eye socket only. So this is about that of the skull. Now let us see that what are the different functions of the skull. So by this only we are knowing that by knowing the skull, we are able to tell that what are the functions of the skull, students. So let me remind you what is the different function of the skull. Let's see. Functions. What is the function of skull? So the first function, I hope you are knowing, and that is it helps in protecting the brain. Right now we discussed that it helps in protecting the brain. So skull protects brain. Skull, it protects brain. Second thing, it also helps in protecting the sense organ which is present in our face. Okay. So skull protects the sense organ So our face is full with that of the sense organ, and it is also protected by the skull. Now, you have seen students that some of them are having the rounded head, some of them you will see kind of a flat only. So what is this? It has been giving shape also. You can say that the skull, it not only protects but it gives shape. If you are having a broader head, so it is because of the skull, that person will have a broad skull. So we can say that it helps in providing shape to our head. Okay, so it also helps in providing shape to our head. So this is all about the function of the skull. First, help in protecting the brain. Second, help in protecting the sense organ of our face. And third, help in providing shape to our head. Now we will move and see the other part, and that is backbone, which is also very important. The skull as well as the backbone. So backbone is what, student? It is a long rod like a shaped structure of bones, which started from your neck region to that of the hip portion. Okay, so start from the neck to that of the hip, a long cylindrical rod like a structure is there, that is known as the backbone. So we can write it. Backbone is a hollow long rod like structure. Hollow long rod like a structure which is running from the neck to the hip region. Running from the neck to the hip of the body. Okay? Hip of the body. Hip inside in the body. Inside of the body. Hip. Inside of the body. And the name that we use for this backbone, students, so the scientific name of the backbone is known as vertebral column. Okay, so we can also write it, that is the scientific name, is very important. Scientific name of backbone is vertebral. Vertebral column. It is very important because through this only we can say a person is vertebrate, organism is vertebrate or invertebrate. So the scientific name of the backbone is known as a vertebral column. Now the backbone, the major function of a backbone, if we talk, that it helps in supporting all the body. Overall, all the body is supported by the backbone. If anything wrong with your backbone, you are not able to sit, you are not able to stand for a long time, you are not able to walk for a long time. So ultimately it is the backbone which used to provide overall support to the body. So we can say that backbone is the main supporting structure. The backbone forms the main supporting structure. It is the main supporting structure of the body. main supporting structure of the body, that is known as the backbone. Now, this backbone is basically made up of a 33 small bones. So, these small bones, they join together to form the vertebral column. Okay. So, we can talk about that it is known as a vertebrae term or vertebrate term. It comes because of the backbone. Okay. So, the other name, the scientific name of the backbone is called the vertebral column. And this help in giving support to the structure of the body, overall structure of the body.